Trigger warning. Hello YouTube and welcome to More Parz, who is doing interesting shorts about Australia. More specifically, the deadly crazy animals and stuff happening over there. So I don't really know anything except for the fact that it's a deadly place to be and the people that live there are kind of cool. Yeah, but that's about all I know about Australia. So let's get to it.
This is Australia's most
Oh!
common snake, and that's quite a problem, because it's also one
Oh, look at how cute it is! Oh, that's
of
adorbs!
the world's deadliest. Introducing the eastern brown
Why
snake,
must the
native to
cutest
quite
be so
literally
deadly?
every state in the land down under. And unluckily for us, this asshole has earned himself a silver medal in the Note Rope Olympics venom category, coming in second place for the most venomous snake in the world.
Dang!
It is worth noting that third and first place are unsurprisingly also both held by Australian snakes.
Australia's like, hold my beer, we're gonna have all the fucking poison in here. Oh my god.
Because God hates us. However, unlike first and third, the toxic middle child here is a far larger problem. Because putting it lightly, he's a cunt.
A coward!
The eastern brown is one of the most territorial species of snake in the world, which is a scientific way of saying they operate on the US home defense philosophy. If you dare put a pinky toe onto this guy's property, he will bite your ass, injecting you with a hemotoxin that can send you to heaven via blood clot in under 30 minutes.
I don't think that's what a coward is. Oh, did he say cunt instead of coward? That would make more sense. Cunt would definitely make more sense.
If left untreated. But hey, stay off his property and he'll leave you alone, right? Yeah, one problem. His property is your property. That's right, the eastern brown doesn't live out in the middle of nowhere like his slightly more deadly cousin. This fucker is so at home in the suburbs, he drives a f***ing Prius.
Oh,
you can find this burnt piece of spaghetti literally anywhere.
What are you supposed to do, man?
Go to put your shoes on, he's turned them into a 2-bedroom home.
Oh no!
Yeah, unfortunately, that's his car now. Get to work on the job site, what do you know? He f***ing works here too. Try to
Jesus
take a shower
Christ.
after a long day at work. F*** off, he's moisturising. You can't even take a shit in the comfort of your own home without running the risk of the dunny being occupied.
Oh my no! Dude, this kind of tells me what kind of people don't have their everything locked. Cause like, if I lived there, I would honestly make sure that everything is fucking locked and there was no way to enter except the door. Holy shit. That's a high and understory.
In fact, these bastards are so omnipresent that out of the 200 species of snake in the country, this ginormous asshole makes up 60% of snake bites.
Jesus Christ, damn. You can't lock the toilet bowl. So you're telling me they go through the fucking water. Oh my god. And you just wake up with it in your toilet. Yeah. It's time to revert back to outhouses. Outhouses? Definitely. Damn, son.
This adorable little octopus is also the world's deadliest. Introducing the blue ring.
Okay, it's really cute though. Look at it. I wonder if it would taste different. Is it wrong that that's the first thing I think about?
Octopus.
Look at it! Look at it!
Species of cephalopod native to
So
Australia,
cute.
and in a shock to precisely 0 people at this point, it's venomous.
Of course
Of course
it
it's
is.
f***ing venomous.
Yeah, of course
Why
it is.
wouldn't it be venomous? That'd make my life
Yeah.
way too f***ing easy. Now, to its credit, unlike most of the toxic bullshit in this hellscape I call home, they at least have the common decency to be coloured like a f***ing neon sign. However,
Fair,
it immediately
yeah.
loses this credit by being the octopus equivalent of a hobbit, coming in smaller than a 50-cent
Oh, that's so
coin.
tiny! You could have octoballs! Oh, I wonder if it's delicious. I wonder if it's as chewy as the other one. I am a foodie, chap.
Is a problem, because it is the most venomous octopus in the world.
Can you take out the venom
That's
and
right,
cook
this
it?
fluoro spaghetti ball is packed to the brim with neurotoxin, more specifically tetrodotoxin. You know,
Of course.
the same shit that turns cooking
Yeah.
a puff fish into
Yeah.
a quick time event.
Of course.
Yeah, these little guys are
Yeah.
packing it too. However,
Son of a
because
fucking
it is
bitch.
Australian, the blue-ringed octopus is on violence timing and is the only animal in the world to use this shit as an offensive measure by way of a venomous bite. But what does the venom actually do? Well, imagine you're wading through the rock pools with the homies, and you accidentally disturb this little
I'm like, imagine I don't want to imagine, but thankfully I have aphantasia, so I can't imagine. Ha! Joke's on you!
gentleman's residence. The blue ring, taking the American approach to home defense, suctions onto your leg and bites you. Best
Yeah.
part, it's completely painless. So if you're distracted by how thick your mate's looking in those speedos, you aren't going to feel shit. That is, until your face starts tingling like TV static. It's warm out here under the sun, but you weren't sweating like this 5 minutes ago, and now you got a headache. You start to
Damn.
feel sick, weak. You go to call out, but your voice comes out slurred like you just knocked back a bottle of vodka.
Oh no. 2 shots
Then
of vodka,
suddenly,
1
your
death.
legs come out from under you, and you hit the beach. Fun fact
Boink.
about tetrodotoxin. It's a paralytic. Freezes up your muscles one by one, starting with your arms and legs, which is why you're kissing the sand. You know what else is a muscle? Your diaphragm,
Your heart.
the muscle that controls your breathing. And yeah, turns those bad boys off too. And so, your chest stops rising and falling, and you
Lovely.
suffocate to death right there on the beach.
Interesting that suffocation comes first. Makes
Now,
sense though.
You may be wondering, how come no one called an ambulance?
They wouldn't
That's
arrive
easy.
in time.
They didn't have time to. You went up to meet your
Yeah.
ancestors in under 20 minutes.
Yeah.
God ordered your ass with same-day shipping.
Same day ship, and no. This is why. This is legitimately why I do not want to try pufferfish. Same reason.
And this little delivered. Employee of the month.
Employee of the month
This-
delivering you to heaven. Nice.
This snake can take your arm off.
'Tis but a scratch. Scratch? Your arm's off.
Introducing the Fer-de-lance, a species of pit viper native to South America and Mexico, with this particular nope rope having quite possibly one of the
I like how he calls them nope ropes. I've never heard that before.
nastiest fucking bites in the world. This is a fairly major problem because this little has the temperament of an eshay at a train station, being incredibly
Okay.
aggressive and extremely
I don't know what an
territorial.
eshay is, but okay.
In fact, this toxic garden hose is such an aggressive
Toxic garden
within
hose.
its range, it makes up an average of 50% of all snake bites. However, despite the
Damn.
huge number of attacks, it's only fatal in 6% of bites. So why is it such a
Okay.
problem? Just because you live the bite doesn't mean you'll want to. You see, when a fer-de-lance
Oh,
bites you, this massive viper sinks its huge
Oh man.
inch-long fangs into your skin.
Oh, those are
and
so
injects
cool
you with
fangs.
2 teaspoons of venom. You will at this point notice a little status effect bar appear on the bottom of your screen. Don't worry about that. That's a mystery mouse tool that'll hurt us later.
So basically, it
Upon being
hurts
bit,
like
your blood
fuck.
pressure immediately crashes lower than the stock market, and you start to feel very ill. The bite wound feels like you've been shot in the fucking leg. You start sweating like someone's looking through your browser history, and then you start puking your guts up.
Shortly followed by your collapse into the
Damn.
ground in agony.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
So I was
fer-de-lance
right.
venom is hemorrhagic. So while you're
Oh,
having a frat boy moment on
no.
the ground, the venom is breaking down the
Oh,
walls
that's
of your blood
horrible.
vessels, causing massive internal bleeding. At the
That
same
is
time,
so
it's seeping
fucked
into your
up.
bloodstream, causing it to thicken and start throwing clots.
Oh my god,
You're
it's
in luck.
clotting
You
on
were the buddy when
top.
you got bitten. They rush you to the hospital, and because it's such a common snake bite, they have the anti-venom on hand and administer it immediately, counteracting the venom's effects. There is just one problem. The mystery mouse Cthulhu is still there, because anti-venom is not necromancy. So, all the dead tissue around the bite caused by
That
the
is
blood
so
clots
bad,
and internal
man.
bleeding, yeah, still very dead. In fact, it's so dead that it is rotting on your still alive body in a process called necrosis.
I can't show you
Lovely.
a photo of necrosis 'cause
Necrosis
it's genuinely
again.
disgusting. But to put it in a term you can understand, the snake applies scarlet rot.
I like how Scarlet Rot
Now,
is
so
always
long
the
as that
thing.
rot's
It's always the thing being compared. It's nothing like Scarlet Rot. It's worse.
still attached to you,
Like 10 times
it's gonna
worse.
spread. So, there's only one way to stop it. Cut it off.
Damn, son. That is something, alright. Australia, are you okay? Are you guys still alive?
This is the deadliest snake in the world.
Oh, great.
Introducing
Number
the
one.
inland taipan, and being the deadliest venom noodle in the world, I will give you exactly one guess as to where it's found. It's Australia, of course. It's fucking Australia. Be so serious here. Where the else did you think you were going to find it? Canada? More specifically, as the name suggests, the taipan is found inland in the outback. Luckily, extremely far from civilization, because this
That's
homicidal
good.
hospital hose is the definition
Oh, look
of
at how pretty it is, though. Like, look at it. I love the, like, dark scale. Oh, that's so shiny and cool. Damn.
definition of size doesn't matter, because despite having extremely small fangs for a venomous snake, coming in at only 6.2 millimeters.
Oh
the
my
tape
god,
is here
that's
to
so
show you
small.
that you absolutely f***ing can feel less than an inch, because those fangs contain the
Giggity.
statistically deadliest snake venom on the fucking planet. Yeah,
That is
taipan venom is
nuts.
a pina colada of pain, containing but not limited
Okay.
to hemotoxins to cause blood clots, myotoxins for paralysis and necrosis,
Lovely.
nephrotoxins to shut down your kidneys, and 3
Oh.
different kinds of neurotoxin. Needless
Three?
to say, if it bites you,
One
you will
wasn't
get a
enough?
headache, vomit up the entire contents of your stomach, collapse to the ground in agonizing pain, and then your heart and lungs will stop, sending you to meet God
Lovely.
in under 15 minutes.
Awesome.
And that venom
Yeah.
is so fucking potent that one bite contains enough toxin to do that to 100 people. But the funniest
Damn,
part
son.
of this snake's venom is that in the wild, they only hunt rats and f***ing mice. The deadliest venom on the planet, and they are using it to pack up Remy the rat.
Wait, let me question it. Wouldn't that make them very good cat replacements? Or do they only go for mice and rats because they have nothing else back in like the wild? Do they like actually attack the humans if they see the humans? I have a lot of questions. Yeah, like wouldn't they be good for pest control?
Like hunting a rabbit with a f***ing orc.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
God. What the fuck? What are Aussie mice rats on if that venom is necessary? I don't think the venom is necessary. I think it's just that's just what he feeds on. Like I'm sure at one point it was necessary, maybe.
Komodo dragons are horror villains. I mean,
Okay. Do tell why.
seriously, this industrial-sized lizard is easily one of the
Biggest assholes in the animal kingdom when it comes to hunting methods, packing a PhD in
They
suffering
are,
and
that
a
is
double degree
correct,
in
yeah.
biological warfare purely because they cannot be expending effort to hunt. You see,
I mean, can you
Godzilla's
blame
little
them?
cousin here is the largest lizard in the world, weighing up to 166 kilos and being a
Dang, son.
3.13 meters in length.
That's a fatty.
Which means, for the short kings in my audience, if you're brave enough, bang a motor transport right there.
Now, being the reptile equivalent of a Cadillac Escalade means that the Komodo dragon needs to consume a lot of calories to keep that bulk going. However, rather than using that bulk to proactively chase down and body slam its prey,
That's effort.
they can take down prey 3 times their size, because as if being a reptilian tank was not enough, they are also venomous.
Look at it!
Just
Of
your
course it's
run-of-the-mill
venomous.
snake
Of
venom
course
that,
it is.
gives you a nice quick 15-minute death. No. A Komodo hunt starts with it running up to its prey and giving it a nice big chomp on the leg, injecting it with hemorrhagic venom.
After
Oh,
biting,
lovely.
the Komodo
The
dragon
worst type.
cuts off and just sits there
One of the worst
watching.
types.
The confused and bewildered animal runs off into the forest, leaking blood, allowing that Komodo dragon to track it like a DoorDash order. A week goes by, and that bite wound isn't closing because hemorrhagic venom prevents blood clots. So, the animal is still slowly bleeding out, and the Komodo
It's like so
is
bad,
still watching.
man.
More time passes. That bite wound gets infected because Komodos are carrion feeders, meaning that the inside of their mouth is full of enough rotting flesh and
Lovely.
bacteria to give Asmongold a run for his money. The infection begins to drain the animal's
Bro.
strength, and the Komodo is still
Oh,
watching.
man.
Another week passes. The infection has spread, and the flesh has begun to rot. And you best believe that ass lizard is still there watching like he's waiting for his meal to heat up in the microwave.
I mean,
Once
have you
the bleeding
considered that?
disease
Have you considered that he just likes the rotten taste of meat? It might not be laziness, it might just be preference. You know how there are people out there that like their meat well done? And you look at them and you're like, ew, well done? And they're chewing at it for like fucking 10 bajillion years because they made it well done. So they're just going like, never ending chewy. Yeah. It's kind of like that.
ridden animal becomes too exhausted to move on its own and collapses, the Komodo strolls over and eats it alive.
Yeah,
shredding it into
sounds
chunks
about right.
if it's larger, or if it's small enough, swallowing it whole as it screams on the way down.
Okay, that is
Even
actually
for me,
fucked.
man, that's fucked. Komodo
That
dragons
is fucked.
are horror villains.
That is actually fucked. What the heck? Oh my god. Dang, son.
A gorilla can't beat 100 men in a fight. He gets jumped. But that
Okay.
begs the question, which animal does win? And the answer, stepping into the ring at 5 meters long and weighing in at a genuinely frightening 4,500 kilos, I present to
Okay.
you the Hippopotamus.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, look, a hippo
Hippos
causing
are kinda
100 long
mean.
line at the gates of heaven after a fight is honestly pretty plausible. You see, despite the fantastic PR work Mo Dang has done for the hippopotamus community, doesn't change the fact that Moto here is a sentient Ford F-150, the temperament of a fucking serial
Honestly, hippos are fucking scary, man. They are so scary.
killer who can win this fight for one very specific
But they're also very
reason.
cute.
You
At a
can't
distance.
fucking hurt it. You say the hippopotamus is possibly
at it, look
the
at him
tankiest
go, look at the
land animal on the
chubbiness.
fucking planet, packing an unbelievably thick 2 inch
Enjoying
high.
its mud
now, look,
baths.
we all know 2 inches is a lot, especially in the sheets, but
Giggity.
in the streets of the African savannah, this makes them practically Don't believe me?
Invincible.
Here is a hippopotamus walking away from 10 lions trying to convert it into a family meal. Notice how the hippopotamus does not give a single If Mufasa and his extended family can't hurt it, neither can you. However, don't let the fact that it's walking away fool you here. The hippopotamus is not a peaceful animal.
They are, in fact,
Oh.
violent, psychopathic, 4.5-ton thundercats that can and will bite you in half.
Yeah.
A hippo's jaw produces 2,000 psi of
Yeah.
pure crushing force. So if he catches your ass, you are the watermelon.
And as if the hydraulic press wasn't bad enough, don't forget they've got
Yeah.
2 20-inch fangs in that mouth that'll put a hole in you big enough to stick your f***ing arm through. But honestly,
Escobar
the
had
bite
a zoo
doesn't
that
even
escaped.
f***ing matter. It weighs
With hippos, they're an invasive
4.5
species in a small area in
tons
South America.
and can
Dang.
run at 30k an hour. Getting hit by a charging hippo is like getting
That's
hit by
pretty
a
freaking
bus.
fast. What the heck?
There
I
is
didn't
no
know that they
way
could run that
we are
fast.
winning a fight against something that could probably take out 10 people just by rolling over.
In summary, don't f with the hungry hippo.
I mean, I wouldn't fuck with a hippo. I definitely would not. However, they're very cute from very far away. Yeah.
Who wins? 100 men or 1 gorilla? Well, to get your answer, we're going to have to look at our fighters for the most anticipated cage match of 2025. And in the red corner, standing at an impressive 6 feet tall and weighing a ridiculous 220 kilos, we have one
Sheesh.
singular silverback gorilla.
Damn.
Stepping into the
Silverbacks
ring to
are
settle the score
so
against humanity for what we did to Harambe, this fighter is bringing some impressive physical strength.
Impressive,
Capable of lifting
yeah.
Up to 800 kilos.
Look at that.
of
Look
weight,
at how
meaning that
Chad-like
if it gets its hands
it
on you,
is.
a gorilla is more than capable of picking you up and doing you the same way that Hulk did Loki.
I would also not get very close to gorillas, mind
Now,
you.
on top of being stronger than Eddie Hall, they also
Don't mess
have
with
an
them.
unreal reach advantage with a 2.6
Oh
meter
my
wingspan,
god.
which is a fairly major problem.
Can you imagine just bathing in an onsen and then you see this across from you?
6-meter wingspan, which is a fairly major problem because a right hook from a gorilla produces 2,700 pounds of force. To put that into perspective, the human skull shatters at 1,400. So if Winston hits you with a haymaker, your head is gonna pop like a f***ing watermelon. And with the cage fight following the Mortal Kombat rule set, we can also factor in the gorilla's bite. Because despite being a pretty gentle herbivore in the wild, they have one of the highest bite forces on the planet.
Look at them, look at them.
1,300 psi. That is
Damn.
100 psi more than a polar bear. And now, with our fighter statistics out of the way, let's get
I
down
didn't know
to
the polar
business.
bears were that
Can
strong
our
on
gorilla
their
win
bites?
a fight against the 100 average men in the blue corner?
I think
Place
so.
your bets. Let's see who comes out on
It's
top.
800 kilograms.
Yeah, look,
like,
I'm going to keep it real with you. Even with those stats, Winston here is getting bodied. I'm
Really?
sorry, he's going back to the spawn room. Do not pass go.
Really?
Do not collect $200 directly to hanging out with Harambe in heaven. 100 people, it's just too fucking many. He's getting jumped. However, not to say
He
he's
can
not gonna
also
take a
jump
few
you,
with him.
though.
My guess is one guy runs up and gets swatted across the cage like a toddler, shatters his ribs against the bars. Second guy gets grabbed by the leg and given the Hulk treatment. About 6 other guys cop
can
swings to
literally
the
jump
head
on
and
you,
die
man.
instantly from broken necks. One dumbass is probably going to try to hit him off the top rope and get done the same way that Omni-Man did Nightwing.
oh my
But at
god,
that
I like
point,
how he's
the crowd
imagining how
probably
the
jumps
fight
in
would
and,
go.
realizes that there are still about 90 of them and it's over.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't think the gorilla would just stay there, not move, and not do anything. Also, it's 100 fucking men, average men, like average people. Their IQ is not that fucking high. Come on. I don't know. I don't know, man. I vote on the gorilla there.
This wasp is basically a xenomorph.
Jesus Christ, look at this. Look at this. That's one colorful wasp. What the actual heck? I've never seen a wasp of that color.
Wasp is basically a xenomorph. Introducing the tarantula hawk wasp, possibly one of the most nightmare-inducing insects on the planet. And the reason it's such a threat to your mental health is because its hunting and reproduction strategy is ripped straight from Ellen Ripley's autobiography.
Okay.
But before we get to the strats, you're gonna have to learn a little bit about it first. Native to Australia, because of course it fucking is, this spider is the largest wasp on the planet.
Of course it
coming in
fucking
at a
is.
massive 2.5 inches, which I mean,
Oh my fucking god. Okay, that is more terrifying than the freaking huge spiders. Also, it's so pretty! Why is it so fucking pretty? Why? It's fucking illegal! Why does it have, like, cute twisties? Why does it have cute twisties that are orange? Why are its wings so fucking pretty? What is this? Wait, Australia, why do you have pretty fucking creatures that want to just murder you? It is pretty. Look at it. It's so pretty. It's very pretty.
half inches. Which I mean, boys, we would all agree, well above average, right?
Well above
this
average.
is
Yep,
probably
yep,
the
yep.
most
I agree.
effective 2 inches has ever been because it has the second most painful sting of
course.
any insect on the planet, coming in just barely behind the bullet ant.
Jesus Christ,
Back and a
man.
half-inch stinger with a potent venom that has been described as blinding, debilitating, I can't move my arm, and electric.
Oh,
Now, the size and
Don't do that
poison
at home,
aren't
chat.
just for nothing, because as the name tarantula hawk wasp suggests, they are purpose-built, genetically perfect killing machines designed specifically to violate spiders, making Australia basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for them.
Holy
They don't
shit.
just execute the spiders. No, that'd be
you know, now I want to see. I mean, I want to see, but I don't want to see. I want to see like animation. Okay, I don't want to see the real life variant because I still think it's kind of barbaric to do that. A spider versus one of those kind of locked in a cage. See how it goes. Would be cool.
too normal. Hawk wasps use spiders to reproduce in one of the most horrific ways
Seriously?
possible. And that all starts with a female hawk wasp hunting down a tarantula. As the buff bulking spider takes a wrong turn down a dark alley, the hawk wasp, noticing the 8 sets of TNs on his feet, proceeds to fucking jump him.
Okay.
Flying down from above to land a sting into the spider's
Jesus
abdomen,
Christ,
instantly and permanently paralyzing it.
Oh
The
my
Bug
God!
Harbour Butcher then proceeds to drag the still completely conscious and aware spider
Oh
into
my
an
god,
isolated
that poor
kill room,
spider.
which is where the fucked up part really begins.
Jesus
because
Christ.
Our wasp isn't
Is
hungry.
it tearing?
It's
The wasp isn't hungry. Is it I like I'm eating while we're watching this. Is it just tearing it limb to limb?
pregnant and proceeds to lay its egg on the paralyzed spider's abdomen.
Oh, lovely. Okay. So it's feeding its baby to the spider.
After about
That's
3
fucked
to
up.
4 days, that egg hatches into a larvae.
And that spider is still very much awake and conscious and aware.
A very, very hungry larvae. Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of fresh fruit right
Lovely.
here underneath them. That food being the still paralyzed, still very conscious and aware spider. The
Poor
larvae
spider.
burrows into the spider's abdomen and gets to work converting it into a KFC family bucket, consuming it from the inside out,
Why
purposely
KFC?
avoiding vital organs to keep the food nice and fresh. After it's done,
How the fuck does the larva already know how to avoid the organs? That's insane to me. The fact that that's in its DNA encoded there is insane.
consuming a living being, the larvae breaks forth from the demolished corpse like a fucking chest burster and fucks off to continue
Yeah, I've
the
seen enough horror to
generational
know that.
arachnid violation. Anywho, good luck getting any sleep tonight.
Good luck getting any sleep. I'll sleep like a baby. This is the benefit of aphantasia. None of it actually sticks to my mind. I can close my eyes and it's gone. I don't think I'll ever go to Australia. I mean, what are the chances that that wasp sees you as food for its baby? What are the chances?
Australia has just found zombified bugs.
What?
That's right, we are closer to the Walking Dead Down Under than you
What
think.
the
You see, just
fuck?
recently, a scientist by the name of Dr. Francois Brassard made a trek out to the remote savannah of the Northern Territory with the goal of finding and cataloguing brand new species of insect unknown to science. I mean, me personally, I think we've found more than enough bugs, especially considering that half of them can
No,
send
you
me
still need to
directly into
identify the
fucking soil.
rest.
But what do I know, right? Anyway, on his trip to the middle of fucking nowhere, he
I wonder if the reason they're discovering so many of the deadly ones is just because people are dying to it. And that's why they're not really discovering the others, because no one sane enough is going in the jungles to actually look for the other ones. Just a guess.
stumbled across a colony of spiny savanna ants, which is a pretty normal thing to find out there. However,
Okay.
getting closer, he noticed something a little off. You see, the main ant colony was fine. Completely normal. However, the several disfigured and deformed ant
What the
corpses clamped onto shoots of grass surrounding the colony like a Bug's Life version of Vlad the Inhaler. Yeah, those were significantly less normal. Brassard, mildly unsettled by the ant gore on his timeline, took samples
He did not look mildly unsettled. He actually looked very happy there.
for inspection, and upon getting a closer look, realized something both really cool and really spooky. The
That they
ants
were still
had
moving?
been overtaken by fungus.
Big old red ones.
Whoa!
a previously
No way!
unknown strain of the cordyceps fungus, infamous
That's
around the globe
crazy
for
and
its ability
cool.
to create zombie bugs. And the way it does it is unbelievably horrific. You see, it begins with a spore landing on an ant and producing a thin rope-like strand that penetrates and attaches to their exoskeleton.
Ugh.
At which point, the ant gets a little timer on his hotbar, counting down to a family reunion with his ancestors.
Damn,
Once inside, the
son.
fungus begins to take control of the ant's body and brain function,
Oh,
completely
wow.
changing their behavior, replacing their colony-focused mindset with one single goal. Climb. Its fungus-riddled mind
Climb?
drags its rapidly deteriorating body to the closest high point, which is usually a plant, with its final act being to clamp its
Okay.
mandibles onto the stem in a death grip, finally succumbing
Why?
to the infection and being completely consumed, its corpse blossoming into a fully grown cordyceps fungus and raining down spores onto the rest of the colony to continue the cycle of infection. Now look, I
Damn.
know this fungus is found elsewhere in the world, but it's a new strain, and it was found in
That's kinda
Australia.
cool.
With my luck, I'm going to be playing The Last of Us against couch-sized spiders within the fucking week.
Oh, that's still pretty fucking cool, though. Damn. I gotta say, nature surprises me every time, man. There's always like so many weird shit happening. Alright, YouTube. Thank you for hanging out with us for this video. It was honestly amazing. It was educational and very fun. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I want to go to Australia. Perhaps. I'm still curious about eating some of them. Am I weird for that? Maybe. Crazy? Definitely. So, I shall see you for the next one, YouTube. And again, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. Bye!